AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy.
They're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't. But she's very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that.
Is this. When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy.
Person Crockett is part of the new trend where informality is okay, where formality used to reign. Okay, fine, that's been going.
Podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, oh, man, dude, this shit is whack and fucking other. I'm fucking over it.
It's getting heated now, folks. Bill Maher just made a startling revelation, and wow, it's generating a stir in the political world. The most recent conflict to occur is Maher's live TV clash with Democrats Jasmine Crockett and AOC.
Is that privilege or not? She was a bartender.
Yeah.
You know, so I was a delivery boy.
But I'm saying sometimes, Bill, you don't agree with Donald Trump's policies.
No,
but that's what the people want.
Some of them.
Whether you like her or not, I don't like what she did with Amazon in New York. But I think AOC she's a Democratic icon.
Well, she's the wrong. Sir, if you think that's the direction the country the Democrats.
I'm not saying the policies that she espouses that's the direction, but I'm saying that you have to give the people who are out front speaking for the party, not the people who are.
If you think
she's evolving,
yeah, she's evolving,
and
as we all are,
and she is moving into
right.
She understands the game a little bit more, and if you notice, she is sort of becoming a sort of normal kind of Democrat in many ways. Yeah. I think she's she's a very smart tactic, and she's very smart.
He is genuinely challenging the fundamental principles that the Democratic Party claims to uphold. And if that isn't something to consider, I don't know what is.
AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with.
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't. But she's very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No, because they're authentic.
I don't think
I think you're wrong about that.
What people like about people like Trump and Fetterman is because it's irrelevant to her life.
But you don't know her life.
I know that being a gorgeous woman who I wouldn't even know was Hispanic in a city that has 1 million Hispanics and it does not treat them badly.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't struggle. That doesn't mean that she was set down.
It implies it.
But that doesn't mean that she was set down in a Hispanic ghetto in the Bronx and had to deal with that growing up, and that she's comes from a working class family.
It implies that it implies that in some way she's behind the 8 ball because of that, and it's just not true. And so
I don't know if she's behind the 8 ball, but I don't think she's as privileged as many people who are in Congress.
Maher argues that the people who are in the public eye and those who genuinely serve their interests are very different.
How we got there, because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or not.
Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want to find out which of those emails actually have Chairman. I'm reclaiming my time.
You will not do. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not in order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the
Crockett.
First Amendment right too.
And
young
so
man.
I'd like
First
those
Amendment
words
right.
to be
I'm not
taken
gonna be
down.
a child.
I
I'm
am
not gonna
moving
be
to have
called a
those
child
words
by
taken
any
down.
of you.
I believe it's against the rules. to
Going outside
incite
doesn't incite violence.
against
You
another
have a
member of
conversation that isn't.
The committee will
disrupting the
suspend,
debate.
the member will state the words he wishes taken.
He is accusing the party of putting the loudest voices ahead of the most intelligent ones, which he says will be catastrophic for the party's future.
I have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Wait a minute. If you enjoy authentic yet unconventional work, click the subscribe button. I'll wait. Go ahead. Finished? Welcome to the team. Now let's get back into it. Let's now examine Bill Maher's harsh critique, which has, to be honest, partly upended the political scene. When Maher took the stage, wasn't that his signature audacity? He appears to have reduced the public personalities of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jasmine Crockett to raw, divisive elements.
I thought was apropos of what's going on the left. And by the way, if you watch the speech, I saw mostly the clips of it, and mostly it was people in the audience, the guy with the cane, people with, like, paddles. Oh, there's the cane dude. And then there's, okay, we're here's our pussy hat uniform. And these, looks like you're at a auction signs. I mean, it was, John Fetterman called it a sad cavalcade of self-owns and unhinged petulance. I love him. I thought he should have won last week. The Democrats seem so lost. And here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, man, dude, this shit is whack and fuck it. I'm fucking over it.
We've all kind of observed that Maher starts off by questioning the authenticity of today's politics. Don't you think?
Right now is that if we continue down this road, then we will not have a rule of law, because we have people that are currently serving and they're saying things like, ignore the judge's order. What it means to have law and order in this country is that you follow the order and you go through the appeals process, even if you dislike what the judge did. Thank you. And
And I'm going to note that when Miss Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as we know her, filed articles of impeachment on Justice Thomas and Alito, Ms. Crockett was one of the co-sponsors along with Mr. Cohen, both members of this committee. It does seem interesting that when the shoe is on the other foot, everyone is self-righteous.
Wow.
And I think this is a good example. For the last 3 hours, I have had to listen to one side talking about as though it was the nature of this hearing.
He's questioning whether these politicians truly understand the weight of their roles or if they're simply performing for applause. And he argues that their carefully crafted images are being pierced straight through, pointing out that many of them seem more focused on making noise than offering serious, heartfelt leadership, recalling how he described Crockett as having a podcast-style delivery, which to Maher signals a shift where casual chatter may be replacing thoughtful political debate. And to be clear, his concern isn't about tone for its own sake, but about what it represents, as he warns that Jasmine Crockett's relaxed, influencer-like way of speaking risks shrinking the importance of real legislative work comparing her to a social media personality chasing attention rather than results, much like how online platforms reward popularity without guaranteeing real-world success. And this critique extends beyond one person, since Maher suggests it could also apply to figures like AOC, whose energy and media skills excite supporters but may not translate into the steady leadership needed for lasting solutions, stressing that the party's fascination with camera-ready stars over experienced problem solvers could weaken its credibility, because flash should never outweigh substance, a stance that sparked a heated exchange with Don Lemon, who pushed back hard against Maher's claims.
It's an example of when they go low, we go lower. And the Democratic Party is going to lose if they try to use kind of MAGA world tactics back at them. I think that if the Democrats want to succeed in the future, they need to be the party that is normal, that are stand-up people, that do not take the cheap shots back.
I'm not that upset about it. I'm really not. You know why? Because I'm a big fan of Family Guy. And they have... Am I wrong? Every week. I mean, one of the characters, Joe the cop, is in a wheelchair, and every week there's 20 jokes about him being in a wheelchair, and nobody died. And like, I just think everybody has to, like, lighten up a little. Yeah, it's terrible to be in a wheelchair, but, you know, it's not like it's news to him. I don't know. I'm a free speech.
adore Family Guy. I've seen every episode, but that wasn't a cartoon. This is real life, and she was saying it with dismissive hostility, as opposed to the cartoonish, we can get away with it because we're drawn. Jasmine Crockett is not drawn, and neither is Abbott. I see a distinction, although I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
Maher argues that these women represent an ideological and generational shift that could be alienating traditional Democratic voters, especially those who prioritize results over rhetoric. And, he warned, literally saying the party risks choosing the loudest voices over the smartest ones, highlighting what he sees as an internal crisis, eroding both effectiveness and unity. His comments sparked a flurry of reactions online. Some applauded him for delivering a reality check, while others accused him of unfairly criticizing politicians who resonate with younger audiences. This debate isn't just about Maher clashing with Democratic messaging. It's a deeper discussion about what leadership should look like in the digital era, and it raises serious questions about the party's future direction. Over subsequent conversations, both his supporters and even some critics concluded that Democrats need to reconsider who truly represents them, focusing on leaders who can inspire passion while also possessing the political skill to pass meaningful legislation. Figures like AOC, with her Instagram-focused persona, and Crockett, with her TikTok-style flair, might excite younger voters but don't necessarily appeal to those seeking practical solutions rather than viral moments. Seen this way, Maher's critique isn't just empty commentary, it's a challenge to the party to evaluate its approach carefully, with the warning that either thoughtful adaptation or potential collapse could result from ignoring the real needs of constituents. So, what do you think? Was Maher simply stirring the pot for ratings? Or is there a kernel of truth in his argument? Share your thoughts below.